Yeah, so sure. Okay, fine. Good evening. Good evening all. So we are going to start up like enterprise structure, right? So we started discussing about the enterprise structure definition part yesterday, and we had some issue while getting the while defining the end sales organization and shipping point. Like we'll see like one by one once again like whatever we have created yesterday, and we'll continue with the assignment part also. Okay, before I proceed further, if you have any doubts? Any doubts or any clarifications? Any one of you? Fine then. So I'm going to share my screen. Fine. So yesterday, like we have enterprise structure, like we have created a company code, sales organization, distribution channel, division, and we have plant, shipping point, and storage location. So we have created these organizational units. So let me check like whether it is there in SAP or not. So I'll go to SPRO. So as we know, this is a transaction code which we use to reach the IMG screen. Then we have enterprise structure. So now I'm getting into definition part. In financial accounting, so we have defined the company. So let me check our company. So our company which we have created is TZ01, right? So sorry, TATA, I believe. Yeah, TATA01 is the company name which I have created yesterday. So if I go to details, here we have all the details, right? So now let me show you the company code also. The same path in IMG screen, enterprise structure, definition, then we have company code, right? So I'm just getting into company code. So I'll go to edit company code. So because we have already created, so the company code name which we have given is TG01. So which is there already, right? If I get into details, we have. So we are getting some issue with address, right? Yesterday, like, so we'll change it now. That issue has been resolved now. I'll change the details. There was some issue with the patch. Okay, patch was not installed properly, so it was done again. Okay, so I'm just entering the address details for the company code. I'll make region is blank. And make the
Sudhakar, are there like logs like to go and look and see like what might be happening? Like how do you look at the how do you look at the
basically,
issues?
this is a dump, like, when you're checking the code, right? Like we understood that there was some issue with the patch was not installed properly. So basically, if we inform to basis team, we don't know, like, which patch was missing. We just gave him the details, like he installed the missing part.
Okay, okay. So you just suspected that maybe all the fixes are not in, or all the fix packs are not in place.
Yeah, so there will be so many patches will be like installed during the installation, right? SAP installation. So there might be some one small patch might have got in like missed out. So we
Okay.
inform them, like, so these like, we are getting this issue, so we are getting this dump while doing some transaction. So they looked into this
Oh,
uh,
okay.
dump and they install it again. So it will be common for them, for basis team, or like, so it will be very common. They, by seeing the error message itself, they'll be able to find out like which patch is missing and they'll do that again.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm just saving these address details in company code. So I'm able to update the company address details also. Okay. So we'll get some warning messages. Don't worry about that. So the same way, like we have company code. Then I'm getting into sales and distribution. Define sales organization. So we did not created the sales organization yesterday. Now I'm going to copy 1,000, or if you want to go to new entries also, like you can go new entries and you can create. Okay, so nothing wrong in that. So, but SAP recommends to copy always, right? So take 1,000, click on copy button and enter the sales organization, 4-digit alphanumeric, right? So TG01 and sales organization India. So I'm creating only one sales organization here. When you're practicing, you can create a number of sales organizations. And so I'm just entering this. The moment once you enter, like we'll get the address details, change the address details. Tata Motors India sales organization. Okay. So just enter whatever the details you wanted to. Okay, so in India, the postal code is 6 digits. Right. So then I'll enter the country. So enter the region code. Okay, or you can keep it blank also. Here we have postal code, and I'll change the language. So whatever the details you want to change, just change. For me, postal code is very important and country is very important. So remaining things, so you can keep it. Okay, just continue further.
Postal code change cheyaledanడి PO box lo.
One second. Yeah. So 1 second. Like each one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, అక్కడ PO box address కింద postal code ఉంది కదా. It's is that okay?
Yeah, that should be fine. There is no
Okay.
validation. It
Okay.
cannot be same. Yeah.
Perfect.
No need to be same. Okay, so it can be same also, but that is different purpose. Like we have two postal codes here. Like it cannot be same also sometimes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So then I'm going to save my sales organization. Right. So it will be saved in a transport request. So like we have company code, then we have sales organization, and we have created the sales distribution channel yesterday. I think we have the distribution channel also. I'm just checking one by one whatever we have created yesterday, right? So I think I have T1 distribution channel which we have created yesterday. Yeah, this is the one, right? Okay, so then we'll check the division. So to check the division, we'll get into logistics general. Here we have check division. So define division. So the division which I created yesterday is T1. So it can be defined with a 2-digit alphabet. Right. Division also we have. So then we need to check the plant, right? So if I go to define check delete plant, define plant. So my plant which I created is TG01. So it's a physical location. So we should have the address details also for this. So if I get into address tab here, there is address tab here. If you can keep the cursor here, so the name will be displayed. That is address. Now here you can change the details. So like plant 1 Mumbai or plant, or like whatever the name. So I'm just changing the postal code. So if you want to change all the details, you can change it. I'm not changing anything. I'm just changing the address details related to country. So region code, I'll make it blank. Okay, so I'll change the language English. Right, press enter. See, so there is a validation for the postal code. So we did not change the postal code actually. I think country I did not change. Yeah. For Germany, it is only 5 digits. So, but I did not change the country. Right. So that is the reason, like it is checking the postal code. Press enter. Then save it. Right. Sales organization also created now. Sorry, this is a plant also created. So then we need to check the shipping point. So shipping point will be created in logistic execution. So just remember, company code will be defined in the financial accounting. Sales organization distribution channel will be created in sales and distribution. Division and plant is will be created under logistics general, and shipping point which we are going to create now is in logistics execution. Okay, so now I'm just getting into define the shipping point here. So define copy delete shipping point, right? So I'm just get inside this. So define shipping point, select 1000 as usual. Like we'll copy the existing one and create our own shipping point. Shipping point can be defined with the 4-digit alphanumeric. Okay, so yesterday it was not created because address details was not able to enter. So now I'm just going to change that details. Okay, so TG01 is my shipping point. So I'm just giving the same naming convention. I'm just using the same naming convention which I have used for the other organizational units as well, right? So shipping point, let's say I can say one, whatever the name you wanted to give, right? So let it be. I don't want to change any other details. The moment once I press enter, so we'll get the address tab again. Automatically it will come. Change the address details. Shipping point. So postal code should be 6-digit postal digit. So then country India. So transportation zone. So we'll be discussing about the transportation zone separately. It has very good functionality because of this transportation zone. Basically, if you want to deliver the material to the customer, okay, so there will be so many ways. There will be if I want to deliver the goods from one place to another place, there will be different routes are available, right? So what is the best route? If you have in between you want to drop the materials for different customers, what is the route? What is the best route? We can determine automatically into the sales document, right? When you're getting the sales order. So to determine the route, which route you want to make the delivery for the particular customer, so that will be, this is the one of the parameter. Transportation zone is one of the parameter to determine the route while creating the sales order. So to make the delivery to the customers, right? So, but we'll be discussing about the transportation zone separately while discussing about the route determination, right? So nothing to be entered here. Just continue further, then save it. So now we have shipping point also. So, and last one is store location, which we already created. Let me show you once again. So materials management, we have store location. So store location always will be created under the plant, inside the plant. So TG01 is my plant. Okay, so search for your plant store location TG01, which is created here, right? We have already store location. With this, we have all the organizational units. Okay, whatever, as per our example, we have created the company code, sales organization, distribution channel, division, plant, shipping point, then store location. So we have all the organizational units. Now, so we need to link each other. So we need to do the assignment part now. So we need to work on assignment part. As I said yesterday, so always lower level organizational units will be assigned to higher level organizational units. So company code can be assigned to company, right? Company code is the lower level for the company. So company code will be assigned to the company. So most of the people will think that, so company will be linked to the company code. No. So this is the other way. So company code will be assigned to company. So lower level organizational units will be assigned to higher level organizational units. Okay. So I think we did the assignment yesterday. So to do the assignment, again, the same path. So SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure. So we'll go to assignment part. Then I think financial accounting, company code to company. So company code is the lower level and company is the higher level, right? Select your company code, search for your company code TG01 and assign the company. So Tata 01. Okay, the relationship between the company code to company is many to one relationship. That means many company codes can be assigned to single company, right? So that is the assignment. So that is the first assignment we did it. Now the next assignment is, what will be the next assignment? We need to assign the
sales organization to company.
Very good, excellent, excellent. Okay, so now we are going to assign the sales organization to company code. So many sales organizations can be assigned to single company. The relationship between the company code to sales organization to company code is many to one relationship again, right? So now what I'll do is, I'll go to, we are already in IMG screen. If you are not in IMG screen, then use the transaction code SPRO. Then we are in IMG screen. Go to enterprise structure, then assignment. So now we'll get into sales and distribution. So first assignment, we did it for company code to company. Both are related to finance, right? So we did it in financial accounting. That assignment we did it in financial accounting section. So now we are assigning the sales organization to company code, right? So sales organization is part of SD module. So we are getting into sales and distribution. So we have assigned sales organization to company code. So sales organization is the lower level, and we are going to assign it to company code, which is higher level for the sales organization. Just get inside of this. Select your sales organization. So what is your sales organization? TG02. Sorry.
TG01.
Yeah, TG01.
TG01.
So here we have sales organization TG01 and assigned to company code. What is your company code? TG01 again. So because, so no need to search again every time. That is the reason, I have given the same name for everything. So if I don't give the same name, what will happen is I need to search for what is my sales organization, what is my company code. But in projects, when you're working for the projects, so it will not be the case. Like we'll have the different naming convention for the different company or different organizational units. It can be same or it can be different also. There is no specific rule to have the same naming convention for everything. Okay, it depends. Okay, so then we have assigned the sales organization to company code. Okay, so that is the assignment and save it. Again, it will be saved under the transport request. Whatever we save, whatever the configurations we save in IMG screen, it will be saved under transport request. Okay, so that is customizing request or transport request, we can call it. Right. So next assignment is, what will be the next assignment now? As per our example, we did the assignment between the company code to company,
No,
sales organization to
sales
company
organization.
code. Now we need to do the distribution channel to sales organization. Very good. So many distribution channels can be assigned to many sales organizations. So dealers can be assigned to sales organization in India. Direct sales can be assigned to sales organization in India. At the same time, dealers can be assigned to Europe sales organization as well as direct sales. Okay, that is the reason the relationship between the distribution channel to sales organization is many to many relationship. Many distribution channels can be assigned to many sales organizations. Right. Now I'll go to the same path again. We are in IMG screen, enterprise structure, assignment. If you see here, sales and distribution, the same path again, then assign distribution channel to sales organization. Right. So I'm just getting into this. So we are doing the many to many, right? So that is the reason I'm getting into new entries. So sales organization is TG01 and my distribution channel is T1. If you have multiple distribution channels, you can assign everything here itself. So again, if you have like another distribution channel, for example, TG01, let's say we have another distribution channel called 00, you can assign here directly if you want. Okay, we don't have that, but I'm just giving an example. If you want to assign, you can assign like this. So many distribution channels can be assigned to many sales organizations. So if we have another sales organization, so we can assign the sales organization TG0 to here, for example, and we can assign the T1 distribution channel. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell here is, so many sales organizations, many distribution channels can be assigned to many sales organizations. So many to many relationship. Okay, so then save it. I'm deleting this entry. This is not my. Right, if you want, you can remove this. So this is our correct assignment. Right, so this is a assignment between distribution channel to sales organization. So what is the next assignment?
Division to
Sales
distribution.
organization.
Division to sales organization. So actually
Yeah.
very good. So because yeah, many people will say that we need to assign the division to distribution channel. So it is not the case, because in sales and distribution module, in SD module, highest level is sales organization. As per thumb rule, we'll be assigning always lower level organization units to higher level organization units. So lower level is division. In the SD module, higher level is sales organization. So division will be assigned to sales organization, not to the distribution channel. Right. So now I'll go to the same path, enterprise structure, assignment, sales and distribution, division to sales organization. Okay, so the relationship between division to sales organization is many to many relationship. Many divisions can be assigned to many sales organizations. Okay, so then go to new entries, enter your sales organization TG01 and division is T1. Many divisions can be assigned to many sales organizations. Okay, so many to many relationship. Then save it. Okay, so now we understood like company code to company assignment, sales organization to distribution channel, distribution channel to sales organization, division to sales organization. So now we need to define the sales area also. So what do you mean by sales area? So you remember, like we discussed last time, we discussed about the sales area, right? What is the combination of sales area? Sales area is the combination of sales
organization and distribution channel and division.
Very good, excellent.
Division.
So the sales area is a combination of sales organization, distribution channel, and division. So how many sales areas we have in our example? We have like the sales organization in India, dealers and buses. This is one combination. Sales organization in India, dealers and trucks. This is a second combination. Sales organization in India, direct sales, trucks. This is third combination. sales organization in Europe, dealers and buses. This is the fourth combination, right? 4 combinations we have. But for timing, for our practice, like, here I'll be creating only one sales area. When you're practicing, like, we can create a number of sales areas. It doesn't matter for us, right? So it's like completely business requirement. Okay, now I'm getting into, right? So here we have enterprise structure, assignment, sales and distribution. Then here, if you see here, set up sales area. Go to new entries. Enter your sales organization, TG01, distribution channel T1, and division is T1. So this is one sales area which I'm maintaining here. Then save it. Then we have the sales area also, right? So this is called as a sales area. Okay, so now we need to assign we need to do this sales line also. Okay, sales line we need to assign to plant. Okay, what is sales line here? What do you mean by sales line? It is a combination
Sales
of
organ distribution channel.
excellent. So the combination of the sales organization and distribution channel will be called as a sales line. So now we need to assign the sales line to plant. Okay, we need to link the sales line to plant. Okay, so now here the same path again: enterprise structure, assignment, sales and distribution. Okay, so then we have sales organization, distribution channel to plant. So sales organization and distribution channel is nothing but a sales line. We are going to assign the sales line to plant. Okay, so just getting inside of these. Okay, so go to new entries. Enter the sales organization. So TG01, distribution channel is T1, and plant is TG01. So this is assignment. So we have assigned the sales organization, distribution channel, nothing but a sales line to plant. Then save it. Right. So we have the sales line to plant. So with this, like almost all the assignment has been over in the first slide. Moving on to the second slide. So now we need to assign the plant to company code. So plant to company code. So many plants can be assigned to single company codes. That means many to one relationship here. Okay, so I'll just go back to enterprise structure assignment part. We are in assignment. So we'll go to logistics general, right? SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure, assignment, logistics general, assign plan to company code, right? I think someone admin is locking. Okay. We should not be in the same screen. Multiple people, like someone is logged. I'm just trying to unlock it. No, it's okay. Yeah, it's unlocked now. So now what we are doing is we are assigning the plan to company code. Okay, go to new entries, enter the company code, right? So TG01 is my company code and the plan is TG01. Okay, so now we are assigning the plan to company code. So now we'll see, like, if we get any error, let's check. So I'm getting error. So if you get any error, like, first of all, try to understand that, like, what is the meaning of that error. So then only search for the solution. So can anyone understand this? What is this? What is the message I'm getting? What is the meaning of that error?
Someone has already assigned that plan to your company code.
So nobody knows about my plant, right? My plant is TG01, but my company code is not 1000.
Yeah.
Right. So today only we have created plan.
Yes.
Right. Just now, like 5-10 minutes back only we have created the plant, right?
Yeah, because we have copied from the default
1000.
object because of
Exactly.
that.
So that is the one. Okay. So when you are creating the plant, what we did is we copied from the existing plant, right? When you're copying the plant, even this assignment also copied. Okay. Assignment 2000 also copied, right? So that is the reason we are getting this error. So as per the thumb rule, what is the assignment? Like, what is the relationship between the plan to company code? Many plans can be assigned to single company code.
Company code. Yeah.
So if you are trying to assign my plan to my company code again, I'm getting the error because your plan is already assigned to company code 1000. Why are you trying to assign it to TG01? Right? You got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what we need to do, so 1000 is not my company code. So what we do is we'll delete the wrong assignment. So the plan which is assigned to 1000, we'll delete that entry and we'll make the new entry with the right combination. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll go back. I'll go back from here. So I'll select my plan TG02, TG01. See here, already my plan is assigned to 1000 company code because we have copied the plan 1000. If we have copied the TG01 from 1000, right? So that assignment is also copied here. So we cannot assign the plan to multiple company codes at the same time, right? So now we need to delete this entry, select the wrong entry, 1000 company code and my plan. There is no relationship between these two. So I don't want to use this 1000 company code to plan this combination. So select that particular line, don't select everything. If it select everything, then everything will go. Okay, if you delete any standard assignments, it will be creating problem for everybody. Okay, again we need to go for new server. So be careful while deleting or while changing any data, any standard data. You do whatever, you can play with your data, but don't play with the standard data. It will affect everybody whoever using SAP in our batch, right? So it will be affected to everybody. So it will take minimum 3-4 days to get into install or get it corrected again. Sometimes it may not be corrected also. Okay, so be careful while changing the data or while deleting the data. So choose correct one. I'm selecting the 1000 and my combination plan like TG01. I'm selecting that one and I'm deleting that entry only. So I'm not selecting all. Some people, they'll select everything here. They'll select all and they'll click delete button and they'll save it. So once it is saved, then we cannot retrieve the data back again. Okay, it will create problem for everybody. So be careful while reading the data. Even when you're working for the project also, okay, so we need to make that habit, right? So you change the data, for your whatever data you have created. Don't use the data which is there in standard SAP, right? Be careful. Like if you do some changes in standard SAP, then it will become big escalation. It will become problem for you itself, right? I've seen many people who will be deleting the standard data. Right. So that is the reason, I'm selecting my entry only. So this is wrong entry. It's because 1000 company code is assigned to my plan, which I don't want. So I'm selecting this data and getting deleted. I'm deleting it. Okay, so that should be fine. Then save it. So deletion is completed now. Right, deletion is completed. Now I'll go to new entries. So we'll make the correct entries now. So my company code is TG01 and plan is TG01. Right, so this is the right entry. Then save it. Right, we have done the plan to company code assignments. Many plans can be assigned to single company codes. That is many to one relationship. All right. So now, so here plan to company code is done. Now we need to do the shipping point to plan. So many shipping points can be assigned to many plans. So the relationship between shipping point and plan is many to many relationship. Many shipping points can be assigned to many plans, right? So the relationship is many to many relationship. So now to do the assignment between the shipping point to plan, so I'll go back to SPRO, IMG, enterprise structure, assignment. So shipping point comes under logistic execution, right? Assign shipping point to plan. Okay, so just select this. So this is tree structure. So shipping point to plan comes under tree structure. Like if you see here, the higher level node is plant and the lower level node is shipping point. So we need to search for our plant. So what is your plant? You can use search button here at the top, find button. So select search for your plant. TG01 is my plant, right? Search for this. Yes, I got my plant here. Okay, so by default, there are so many shipping points already assigned. Why? Because we copied the plant from 1000. So default shipping points, everything is copied automatically. no need to worry. So if you want to delete, if you have time, if you have patience, you can delete everything, but no need to delete actually, because I'm worried about my shipping point. So don't worry about the other shipping points. In real time, like you will not have this assignment automatically, but so here, like we have a lot of data in referential, which is assigned to 1000, right? So 1000 prime. That is the reason everything is getting copied here. So don't try to delete everything. If you delete also, nothing will happen. Okay, so deletion in the sense the shipping points which are assigned to your plan. I'm not talking about other plans. Okay, if any shipping points which you don't require, which is assigned to your plan, then you can delete it. Okay, so I'm not going to delete because it is not harm for me. So I'm not going anyway. I'm not going to use other shipping points. My concern is whether my shipping point is assigned to my plant or not. So that is the main concern, right? So select your plant first of all on the higher level node. Then go to assign button here. Click on the assign button. Here we can find the list of shipping points which are going to assign. Okay, here just come down and search if your shipping point is already existing here or not. If you see here, TG01, my shipping point is already existing. So select this and click on continue. So my shipping point is assigned here. So shipping point, right? My shipping point TG01 is assigned to, 1 second. So my shipping point TG01 is assigned to my plan. Okay, so if you see, or else you can search from here also. See here, so my shipping point is assigned to my plan, right? So once it is assigned, like shipping point will not be visible here. You cannot see our shipping point here. So only if it is not assigned, those are shipping points. Whatever the shipping points are not assigned to my plan, so only those shipping points will be appear here, right? So this is the way we can assign. See here, so we are not able to see our shipping point because we already assigned it. Okay, so if you want to delete other unnecessary shipping points, you can delete it, but it will take a lot of time to delete each and everything, right? So don't worry about that. Just make sure that your shipping point is assigned to your plan. That's it. Then save it.
రియల్ టైమ్ లో మనకి యాక్సెస్ రెస్ట్రిక్షన్ ఉంటుంది కదండి, వేరే వాళ్ళకి మనం టచ్ చేయలేము కదా, అంటే డిలీట్ చేయడానికి ఆప్షన్ ఉండదు కదా వేరే వాళ్ళకి రియల్ టైమ్ లో.
సో నో, సో బేసికల్ గా ఏంటంటే మనకు ఫంక్షనల్ కన్సల్టెంట్స్ కు డెవలప్మెంట్ సర్వర్ లో యాక్సెస్ ఉంటుందండి. సో వీ కెన్ డిలీట్ ఇట్. అంటే సో మేబీ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ సెక్షన్ అనేది కామన్ అబ్జెక్ట్ అనమాట, ఫినాన్స్ వాళ్ళకు, ఎంఎం వాళ్ళకు, పీపీ వాళ్ళకు. సో దే కెన్ డూ దట్. ఓన్లీ అబాబస్ విల్ హ్యావ్ సమ్ రెస్ట్రిక్షన్స్, ఐ బిలీవ్.
ఓకే ఓకే,
యా, fine. Okay, so this is the way you can assign the shipping point to plan, right? So any questions here? Any other questions? Fine. So what is the next assignment? So we did the assignment between the shipping one to plan. So what is the next assignment here?
Storage location plant.
Okay, so what is store location?
It's a part of the plant.
So while defining itself, we have defined inside the plant, right? Is that like, again required to assign the store location to plant again?
I think it is.
Why?
And
so
because there are many store locations.
No, so many store locations, like, if we create any n number of store locations, always we'll create it inside the plant only.
Right.
So there is no separate assignment is required, right? So when you are creating the plant already, when you're defining the store location, already we are defining it inside the plant, right? So there is no separate assignment is required for that.
But did we assign it in the plant?
So inside, see, if you see here in definition, if we go to materials management, okay, so if I maintain the store location, by default it will ask for the plant.
Right.
Select TG01. That means I'm creating store location inside the plant. If you see here, this is my plant. If you see, these are all my store locations already inside the store in this plant. If you can search for TG01 here, so my store location is already there inside my plant. So what is the need of, like, what is the need of having separate assignment?
Got it.
Again?
Right.
Yeah. So these are like, so with this we have we have all the assignments in part now. So we have done like company code to company, sales organization to company code, distribution channel to sales organization, division to sales organization, sales area, sales line to plant, then plant to company code, shipping point to plant. So all these shipping points are, sorry, all the assignments has been completed now, right? So any questions here in the assignment and enterprise structure? If you have any questions, you can ask me. So I'll give some assignment for everybody, like, you know, when you're coming for the next session, right? I'll give small assignment, very simple one. So just try that. Like if you have any questions, we'll discuss that later, but I'll give small assignment for all of you. Okay. So before I proceed for that, like any questions? Fine. So what you do is when you're practicing your home, I hope everybody is getting like, you know, got this SAP access. If you got access, then create your own structure in the same way. Okay, assume your own company. Okay, so your own company, or like, you know, whatever the company, you know, you work, whatever you feel, right? Just create your own enterprise structure. Create the organizational objects in the same way. Once you create, so I'll give you some additional definition parts here. So in sales and distribution, if you come to enterprise structure, definition, sales and distribution, we have sales office and sales group also. Sales office is regional office and sales group is group of employees who is working for the particular sales office. These two are, I did not define because, like, you know, wantedly I want you to define these two. These two are not mandatory for me because sometimes, like, you know, they'll be using it in projects because these two will be used only for the reporting purpose, mainly reporting purpose. Okay, so but when you're working, when you're creating your own infrastructure, I'll ask you to create sales office and sales group. The same way how we created the sales organization or distribution channel division, same way you can create the sales office also. Just get inside this. So sales office can be defined with a 4-digit alphanumeric, select 1000, click on copy button and change the details according to your requirement. That's it. Okay, once you say create this sales office, then go back to the sales group also. So sales group here, like, you know, sales group is like group of employees who is working for the particular sales office, right? Just get inside this. It can be defined with the 3-digit alphanumeric, select 100, copy and change the details, right? Create sales office and sales group also. Once we do the definition part, then we need to do the assignment also, right? So I'll go to assignment part now, right? So if I go to sales and distribution, here you can see sales, assign the sales office to sales area. Okay, whatever the sales office we have done, okay, we have created, that sales office need to be assigned to sales area, and assign the sales office, sales group to sales office. These two assignments you need to do, right? Just get inside of this, go to new entries, enter your sales area T01, T1 and T1, and enter your sales office, whatever you have created, right? Just do that. Once it is done, just go back from the screen and do the next assignment also. Okay, assign the sales group to sales office, sales group to sales office. So go to new entries, enter the sales office, whatever we have created, enter the sales group. Right? This assignment is like, you know, you need to do. So because I did not create it because it is not mandatory. So because these two organizational units will be used for reporting purpose mainly. What is the sales happen under particular sales office, right? And what are the, like, you know, what are the sales happen in the particular sales group? Okay, so we can get the reports by using sales office and sales group. These two are not mandatory, right? So with this, like, we have completed the assignment part. Okay, assignment enterprise structure section has been completed now. So any questions before I proceed for the next topic? Any questions, Nine? Fine. So now I'm moving on to the next topic called master data. So master data. So, like, you know, we have base setup now. We have created our own company. Okay, we have structure. We have created the structure. So if you want to, like, you know, if you want to run any transaction, so basically, so if you want to create any order, or if you want to create any delivery, so if you want to create the billing document, so if I want to create the order, like, what are the details we require? I want to create the order. So what are the details we required if you want to make the order, like if you want to place an order?
Name,
So nothing but a customer, right? So we need to have customer details. Okay. What else?
What product he wants to purchase.
Yeah,
That
what
means we need to
product?
have materials,
Material.
right? Right. So we need to have the customers and materials. What else we need to have?
What would be the price of that material?
Exactly. Okay. So that means we need to have prices also. So that means we need to maintain the master data now. So in SAP, we have like different kinds of master data. Each and every module people, they'll be having their own master data. In SD module, we have so customer master data and material master data and conditions master data, nothing but a pricing master data. Condition records, we will call it as typically we'll call it as a condition records, which is called as a pricing master data or pricing condition records. Okay, then customer material information records. So that will be discussing like, once we complete all these three, so we'll discuss about the customer material information record also. Okay, so basically, first of all, we need to, whatever the master data we need to have. So we need to have the customer master data and we need to have the material master data. Then we need to have the conditions master data, nothing but a pricing master data. Then we need to have the customer material information records. So these four master data is very, very important in SAP SD module. So these are the four modules, master data we'll be creating in SD module. So other modules, okay, they'll be having their own master data. If you go to procurement side, if you go to like, that means like materials management, they'll be having vendor master data. They'll be having materials material master data. Okay, they'll be having their own master data. If I go to finance or FICO, they'll be having their own master data. But here in SAP SD module, we have the customer master data, we have material master data, we have like condition master data and customer material information record. So we are going to create the master data. As of now, we have the organizational structure we have. Now we are going to, if I want to run the successful transactions, I want to create the master data. So master data is a very important for any transactions, right? To run the transactions. So master data, basically it is a data which is not changed frequently. And this data will be used for different transactions. For example, if you want to like, if you go to bank, for bankers, like your account number, name, okay, phone number, PAN card, Aadhaar card, all these are like, so master data for them. Okay, so without that master data, they'll not be able to run any transaction. They'll not be able to deposit the money. They'll not be able to create the like they'll not go for loans or any kind of transactions you want to do in bank. So they need to have certain master data. The same way in SAP also, if you want to run any transactions, this master data is very, very important. Okay, this master data is very important. For the first master data, which we'll be discussing here is customer master data. Then we'll discuss about the material master data. Then we'll discuss about the conditions master data. Then think about a pricing master data. Then we'll be discussing about the customer material information record. So today the topic is planned here is customer master data. Okay, we'll be discussing now about the customer master data. That means how to maintain the customers in SAP system. Okay, so how to maintain the customer details in SAP, that we'll be discussing here. Okay, before creating the customers in SAP, we'll be discussing about the certain terminology we need to understand. Certain terminology is very important here. First, we need to understand partners, right? If you want to know the customers, if you want to know or if you want to create the customers, first of all, we need to understand what is partner. Okay, in SAP terminology, so partners are so the person whoever involves in the business will be called as a partner. So in normal business scenarios, the person whoever involves in the business will be called as a business partner, right? But in SAP terminology, the person whoever involves in the business will be called as a partner. Partner can be a customer, partner can be a vendor, partner can be a contact person, partner can be an employee. It can be anyone. Like, so any kind of person whoever involves in the business will be called as a partner. As I said, he can be a customer, he can be a vendor, he can be a so contact person, or it can be a personal, nothing but employees. So employee also one kind of partners. So different module people will be working on the different partners. So we'll be taking care of the customers. Vendors will be taking care by the so one second. Okay, vendors will be taking care of the MMT. So contact persons, logistics team, so personal HR team, right? So different people or different module people will be taking care of different partners. But our concern here is customers. So customers as a partner, how to maintain the customers as a partner, that we'll be discussing here. right? So moving on to the next slide. So if you see this slide, okay, here I have mentioned about the mandatory partner functions of the customers. So what are the functions of the customer? What are the partner functions of the customer? Or what are the responsibilities of the customer? That we are going to discuss now. Mandatory partner functions. What are the mandatory partner functions of the customer? Right? What are the functions executed by the customer that we'll be discussing here? Okay, so basically, there are 4 mandatory partner functions for a customer. Okay, so there will be 4 mandatory partner functions. For example, I'm going to place an order. Okay, for my cousin. Okay, I'm the sold party because I'm placing the order. The person who places the order will be called as the sold party. Okay, in SAP terminology, the person who places the order. Okay, so who places the order for the for the particular product, he'll be called as a sold party. But my friend is going to receive my material. I'm I'm going to book the phone. My friend is going to receive the material. So the person who is going to receive the bill is called as a shipped party. Sorry, who is going to receive the material will be called as a shipped party. The person who places the order will be called as sold party. The person who is going to receive the material will be called as a shipped party. Then bill, I'll send it to different team. Okay, I have separate financial team. I'll ask them to send it to my my office. Okay, so they are going to receive the bill. So the person who is going to receive the bill will be called as a bill to party. Okay, so the person who places the order will be called as a sold to party. The person who is going to receive the bill will be called as a shipped to party. The person who is going to receive the bill will be called as a bill to party. And so payment will happen from different person. So the person who is going to pay the bill will be called as a payer. Sold to party, shipped to party, bill to party, and payer. So these are the 4 mandatory functions. Mandatory partner functions are executed by the customer, right? So one person, there will be 4 different customers can execute the different partner functions. In our example, whatever I have discussed now is there are 4 different customers that are executing the different partner functions. But there will be single customer can execute all the partner functions. I'm going to place the order. I'm going to receive the material. I'm going to receive the bill. I'm going to pay the bill. That means I'm a sold to party. I'm a sold to shipped to party. I'm a bill to party. I'm also a payer, right? Or 4 different customers can execute the different partner functions, right? So these are the 4 mandatory partner functions which we need to remember. Okay, first one is sold to party.
Say it again, Andy.
Sorry.
Sir, malli cheppura.
Okay, so actually, what I'm trying to tell here is so sold to party is the person who is going to place the order. Okay, so now a phone requirement on so I want to send it for my friend. My friend nanu adigadu, so phone order cheyamani cheppi. So I'm placing the order on behalf of him. Okay, so I'm placing the order, but material will be shipped to my friend. So I'll be a sold to party. So my friend is going to receive the material. So he is a shipped to party. The person whoever going to place the order will be called as a sold to party. The person who is going to receive the material will be called as a shipped to party. అర్థమైందండి రెండు?
Yeah.
Okay, then so bill వచ్చేసి, so I want to send this bill to different people, a different group of people, a different person who is going to receive the bill. So I have some I have my own financial department who will verify the bill. Okay, and they'll approve it. Okay, they'll check the bill whether the material price is correct or material delivery is correct or not. They'll verify it. So the person who is going to receive the bill will be called as a bill to party. Okay, once they approve the bill, then there will be separate department who will make the payments. Okay, the person who makes the payment will be called as a payer. So these are the partner functions. 4 mandatory partner functions are executed by the different customers, or one customer can execute all the partner functions. I can place the order for myself. I'm going to receive the material. I'm going to receive the bill. I'm going to pay the bill. So I'm a sold to party. I'm a shipped to party. I'm a bill to party. I'm a payer, right? అర్థమైందండి?
Yeah.
Any confusions here? Anyone of you, if you can ask me if you have any confusions here.
Well, I have a question here. So regarding the material, so is the purchasing department won't be there in SAP? It is being controlled by the material management team?
So, I mean, which material are talking about? Like your,
The one which we are going to sell to the customers.
so I'm talking in like, I'm talking as a customer. Okay. I'm not thinking I'm a company, right? So I'm placing the order to Apple, right? For Apple, I'm the sold party. Got it.
I was assuming that in a business, you are installing a sales and distribution module.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you are trying to, so the business is trying to sell to someone,
Yeah.
and they are that party. I'm the owner, and I have a customer who is going to place an order with me.
He is sold party. Yeah.
He's
Let's
the
say
sole
you are the owner.
party.
Exactly. I understood your question. Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
in this scenario, I will be either manufacturing the goods myself, or I
Yes.
will be placing a purchase order and buying it from someone else, and then I'm going to add some profit on it and selling it to the customer.
That is fine. Yeah. So here
So
I'm not talking about the materials only. So here I'm talking about the customers only. So who is placing the order
The
to me?
end customer, the end customer who is trying to purchase the product.
So for him, like, for him, he'll be using his own software. I don't mind like how he's going to, for him, it is a purchase order, but for company, for you, it is a sales, right? So you need to have the sold to party. You need to have the ship to party details. You need to have the bill to party details, and you need to have the payer details.
okay, that I got it. What about the material which I'm selling? From where do I get?
So materials part we haven't discussed it. Like, so first we'll try to
Okay.
understand customers part, then we'll go for materials part. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So first we are discussing about the customers part only. So how to create the customers. Then we'll go with the materials part also. So that is the second point. Okay, second master data, which we'll be discussing further. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions here? Fine. So we understood different part of functions like who is sold to party, who is shipped to party, who is billed to party, and who is payer, right? That we understood now. Okay, so now moving on to next slide. Okay, so if you want to create an SAP, if you want to create a customer in SAP, we need to enter the account group. Account group is mandatory. Without entering the account group, we will not be able to create the customer master data. Let me show you that. So let me get into SAP. So I'll go back. As I said before, all the master data and transaction data will be created from easy access screen. Only configurations or customizations will be done from IMG screen. So customer is the master data, right? Customer master data. So we need to create it from easy access screen only. So I'll go to easy access screen, logistics, sales and distribution. Then we have master data section here. Okay, then we have business partner. Business partner. Then you have customer. Then you have custom create. Then we have complete button. So just click on this. So now we'll get into customer master creation screen. Okay, so the transaction code, instead of following this path, so we have the transaction code also. The transaction code which we use to create the customer is, we open on Excel here. So the customer master data, so to create the customer master data, we use the transaction code XD01. So to change the customer master data is XD02, and for display it is XD03. Okay, these are the transaction codes. So XD01 for create, XD02 for change, and XD03 for display purpose. Okay, so now we are in customer master data. So let me show you once again. So this is the path which I showed you before. So easy access, logistics, sales and distribution, master data, business partner, customer, create, sales and distribution. Sorry, complete. Right? Instead of following this path, you can use the transaction code XD01. Okay, so XD01 is the transaction code for creating the customer. If you want to change the customer in future, we'll use the XD02. if you want to display the customer, that means it will be only for display purpose. We cannot change the data inside that. Then we'll use the XG03 transaction code. If you see here, there is account group field. Without entering the account group, will not be able to create the customer. That means custom account group is very important here. So why it is very important? That is a question here. It's very, very important to know, because account group controls the customer master data in SAP. Because without account group, will not be able to create the customer master data. Why? Because account group controls the number ranges of the customers. So number ranges means when you're creating the customer, there will be some unique number will be generated for the customer. What number need to be generated for the particular customer, that will be controlled by account group only. In account group, will be mentioning that for this account group, the number ranges like 1 to 99 or 1 to 199. Whatever the number ranges you can give, you can provide, we can assign to the customer account group. Okay, so that is the reason I was telling, like account group controls the number ranges of the customer. Account group controls the number ranges of the customer. What number need to be assigned to the customer, that will be controlled by account group only. And it also controls number, whether this number range is internal number range or external number ranges. So what do you mean by internal number ranges is like the system generated numbers, whether system need to be generated automatically or user need to be entered it manually. That will be controlled by account group only, right? So internal number ranges are like system generated numbers, and external number ranges are user entered numbers, manually entered numbers. So that will be controlled by account group only. Okay, whether the particular customer master data, while creating the customer master data, whether system need to be generated the number ranges or user need to be entered manually, that will be controlled by account group only. First controlling element is like whether what number ranges need to be given to the customer master, and whether it is internal number range or external number range, that will be controlled by account group. And it also controls options, like we have so many fields in customer master data. We have many fields. We will have many fields inside the customer master data. So all the fields are not mandatory. All the fields are not like optional. How the system will understand that which field is mandatory, which field is optional, which field is display purpose, which field is suppressed. So that will be controlled by account group only. Based on the client requirement. So client will give requirement saying that I want to have this field is mandatory. I want to have this field will be optional. So that will be controlled from account group only. Okay, so this is the third controlling element of account group. First controlling element is it controls the number ranges. It controls the whether it is in internal number range or external number range. And also it controls optional types, that is whether the particular field is optional or display or mandatory or suppressed, that will be controlled by account group only. So optional in the sense it is not required to be entered. So field is optional. Mandatory in the sense the value need to be entered. Otherwise, system will not allow you to create the customer. System will give you hard error. So display in the sense it will be only display purpose. We cannot enter anything in that. So it will be like grayed out. The field will be grayed out. We cannot enter any value inside that. And suppress. What do you mean by suppress here? What is the meaning of suppress? Just guess, like suppressing the fields. What does that mean?
It means hide.
Exactly. So that field will be hidden, so it cannot be visible to anybody. So all these things will be controlled by account group only. Okay. So there is one of the important functionality of the account group. And it also controls partner functions. Whether the particular customer is a sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, or payer, that also will be controlled by account group only. Account group, right? So that is this because that is the reason it has many controlling elements. That is the reason account group is mandatory to be entered. Without account group, you will not be able to create the customer master data. So I'll show you as of now I'll show you very high level, but in future we have separate topic called partner determination. At that time we'll create our own account group also. We'll have more understanding about the account group in future. But I'll show you how the account group will control the customer master data. So let me show you that. I'll show you very high level, but in future we have separate topic called partner determination. In the topic we'll discuss more details about partner determination. So I'll go to SPRO. So it is just for information purpose, like no need to practice this one. I just wanted to show you like how the account group will control the customer master data. I'll go to IMG. Sales and distribution. Sorry. Financial, we need to get into financial accounting. Somewhere I can see financial accounting. We have account receivables and accounts payables. And we have customer accounts. And we have master data. And we have preparations for the customer master data. See here, define account groups with the screen layout where you can create the account groups. Same time, you can see number ranges also. Somewhere you can see number ranges. If I go to here, somewhere you can see the number ranges. See here, customer number ranges for account group. Create the number ranges for the account group. Here you can create the number ranges. Right. So let me show you that. I'm not going to create the number ranges as of now. We'll have this in future. I just wanted to show you like how the number ranges will be controlled by the account group.
What are these number ranges associated with?
That means like whenever we save the customer, right? So customer should have some unique number.
Okay.
So those numbers will be controlled from here.
So when you're saying that like, so it's internal or external, so when it's an external, so we are asking the customer to enter the information?
Exactly. While creating the customer master data, so we'll ask the user to enter his own number between the range, whatever the range we give here.
Okay.
Yeah. So here the number ranges, any number ranges we can define here. So 01, for example, we have 01 number range 1 to 99,999, and it is the external number range. How do you say it is external or internal? Because external checkbox is activated. If it is activated, that means it is external number ranges. We have 0 to number range here. So that means 10,000 to 1,99,999. It is internal number range. How do you say it is internal number range? Because external checkbox is not activated here. And the NR status, if you see here, the current number which is running is 420. Okay, that means up to 420, the number is the customers has already created. So if you create the next customer, it will be 421. Okay, so we can have so many number ranges. Whatever the number ranges which you assign to your account group, those number ranges will be considered for the customer master creation.
So when you are giving, when we are setting the option as external, so the customer would be entering the, like we provide the range and the customer would be entering, right?
Exactly.
So, so do we, is there like validations, like, so that like we have to check to see if that number is already taken or not?
Yeah, so system will give you information like whenever you create the customer, right? So it will throw the warning message saying that so this customer is already existing.
Oh, so same like user ID creating. Creating a user ID, like when if it's already taken.
Yes, so it will be like bit different. We'll see. I'll show you. Like we'll understand when you're creating that. Yeah. Okay, so like.
So what is it? I'm just trying to understand. Like, what is the advantage of giving it to the customer?
So maybe it's a client requirement. Like.
Yeah, hello, Srini here. Yeah, I just want to add it here. It is not, we are not giving to the customer. We are not giving the access to the customer to enter the number. The end user from at the company side, he will enter the customer number. It's not the end customer.
It's more like, I think, when,
right, Sudhakar?
when he's.
That's what I'm just trying to add. Yeah.
So that is like, we call it as a users, right? So master data management team, they'll be creating the customers. It's a client requirement that, so they wanted to create the customers on their own numbers, right? So at that time, so we'll give you access to create the customer to them and with the external number, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the end user. So there would be like internal customers, internal users who would be setting up these customers.
Exactly. So
exactly. Yeah.
So because like if you take the Tata Motors, they'll be having so many retailers, right? So many dealers or showrooms. So with Tata Motors, they should have their showroom details with the like what is their name, customer name, and what are the ship to addresses and what are the account numbers. Everything, all the details need to be maintained in the SAP, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So at the time we'll use the customer numbers, like while saving the customer number will be generated, or user can enter his own number while creating the customer master itself. All right.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Neem.
Sudhakar garu,
Yeah.
when you're saying user can create their own number, they will give it to the Tata Motors people to create it. That they will not be doing it themselves, or something like online registration, something like that.
So I want to become a dealer of, or like I want to become a customer for Tata Motors. I want to like I'm a big I just wanted to go for new dealership with the Tata Motors. What
Mhm.
they will do is like Tata Motors, they'll have their own template, right? So they'll ask for the details of the customer. So they'll
Right.
take the template and based on the template, whatever the details they have, so
Okay.
they'll create it in SAP.
Got it.
Yeah. 1 second. One second. Sorry, I got another guy. Okay, so this is the internal number range and external number range, right? So we just created the number ranges here. But where do we assign to the account group? So we need to assign to the account group also now. So I'll just go back from here. So we just define the number ranges and we need to assign the number ranges to the account group. So whatever the account group which you are going to use, right? For example, like I'm going to use the one account group. So for that, we need to assign the number ranges. I'm just getting inside of this. So if I take like, for timing, like, if we are taking the existing account group 0001, so we have assigned the 01 as a number range. So 01, we have assigned the some number ranges, right? So that will be applicable for our account. If you're using the different account group like 0005, for that we have the number ranges 05. Right? So whatever the ranges are there in 05, it will be considered for the customer master data creation. Right? So these are how, like, so account group controls the number ranges. So anyway, we'll be creating our own account group in future. So for that, we'll create our own number ranges and we'll assign that, and then we'll create the customer master data. So then I'll understand better, like, how the number ranges will be controlled by the account group. Right? So this is the first setting, like a number ranges controlling by account group. Now I'm getting into define account groups with the screen layout. I'll show you like how the fields will be controlled by the account group. Let's say I'll select the 0001 account group. I'll get inside of the details. Here we'll have the many details, like for example, general data. In general data, we have so many tabs in a customer master data. If I get inside this, you can control from here, like, there will be so many fields, last name, first name, and everything. Which field is suppressed, which field is required, which field is optional, which field is display. Everything will be controlled from here. As I said, like before, customer master data will be having so many, so many fields, right? So which field is hidden, which field is required, which field is optional, which field is displayed. So everything will be controlled from account group. Okay, if I do some changes here, so if I am using the account group, so based on the settings, whatever we have made here, so those settings will be reflected while creating the customer master data. Okay, so this is about the account group, but don't worry about this, like don't get confused with the many things. We'll be discussing about the account group separately. We have separate session for the account group. So don't worry. So as of now, just concentrate how to create the customer master data. Just for information purpose, I have just shown this thing, but don't worry about the account group configuration. We have separate session called partner determination. We'll be discussing more details about the partner determination. Okay, but
Can
just
you show the path one more time?
Yeah, sure. So I'll get into SPRO, IMG, then go to financial accounting. Okay, then here we have account receivables and accounts payables, customer accounts, master data, preparation for customer master data. Here you can find the define account group with screen level, or else you can use the transaction code OBD2. OBD2. OBD2 is the transaction code. So these are transaction code. All right. But so anyway, we'll be discussing about the account group separately. So I'm just wanted to show you like not just how it controls, but just try to remember controlling elements of account group. So whatever we have discussed, it controls the number ranges, it controls the internal number range, external number range, it controls the which field is mandatory, which field is suppressed, which field is optional or displayed. So it will be controlled by account group, and it controls the partner functions. So whether the customer is a sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, or payer, so it will be controlled by the account group only. Just remember these 5 controlling elements. Okay, so we'll be coming back to this section again in future. But as of now, we are going to concentrate on the customer master data creation. Okay. Now, so the transaction code to create the customer master is XD01. I'll get into XD01 transaction code. XD01 for create, XD02 for change, and XD03 for display. Right. So now select the account group. Okay. So because without selecting the account group, we'll not be able to create the customer. Okay. Select existing account group. So as I said, we'll be creating our own account group in future, but as of now, we'll create the existing account group itself. For your practice purpose, use the ZAZ1. You can see here GAZ1, right? Use the ZAZ1 account group. Or else if you are not able to find it here, if you are not able to find ZAZ1, just click on this, like there's a button here, just click on this. Here you can search for ZAZ1 or 0001, whatever you want. But for practice purpose, it will be easy for you to practice. Use the ZAZ1. Search for a ZAZ1 account group. Then select that. So because it has the internal number ranges. So just double click on this. Now I selected the ZAZ1 account group. Okay. So enter the company code, under which company code you are going to create the customer master data, right? So TG01 is my company code. And I'm going to use my own enterprise structure here. So if I don't have the enterprise structure, like you cannot create the customer with our own data, right? So that is the reason I have created the enterprise structure. Then only I'm creating the customer master data. Enter the company code, then enter the sales organization TG01. TG01. Then enter the distribution channel T1 and division is T1. So enter the sales area, nothing but a sales area, right? Enter the company code. Under this company code, under this sales area, where I'm going to create the customer master data. Press enter. Now I'm getting into customer master data creation screen. So each customer has been divided into 3 parts. Okay, so it has a structure of the customer master data. So which we need to understand here. Structure of the customer master data. It contains the general data, company code data, then sales area data, data. We have these 3 sections here. So general data is nothing but a general information of the customer master data. So general information is like customer name, address, phone number, tax, other details, or accounting details. So everything account, like other general information of the customer. But then company code data. So company code data nothing but a financial data, related data, all financial related, and this data will be given by the FI team, finance team. This general data is a common data like name, first name, like second name, title, so country, address, and other details, phone number, fax number, mail ID. All these details will be entered in the general data. Company code data, only finance related data will be entering the general company code data. And the sales data, so it is like we'll have all the sales related information like sales information, shipping information, billing information, and partner functions. So whether this customer is sold to party, ship to party, or bill to party, or payer, right? So everything will be maintained the sales data. So now we need to maintain the data first in general data, company code data, sales data. Under sales data, again we have like sub-tabs like sales, shipping, billing, and partner functions data. So now we need to maintain the data in the customer master data, right? We are in general data. Okay, by default, like the moment once I enter into customer master data, I'll go to XD01. So enter the account group ZAZ1, enter the company code, sales organization, distribution channel, and division. The moment once I press enter, now I'll get into general data by default. Once we enter the general data here, like in general information of the customer, like company code data, let's say XYZ customer, XYZ enterprises. Okay, so whatever the information you wanted to enter, just enter it. Country is IN, which is mandatory wherever you see this checkbox, right? So this tick mark, that is mandatory entry. So without entering that field, system will not allow you to go further. Enter country, right? So enter if whatever the details you have, just enter, just a general information. Okay, so enter all the details whatever you have. So then go to company code data. So company code data is accounting data, accounting information or financial information will be maintained in the company code data. So get into company code data. So the only important field what we can enter here is reconciliation account. So reconciliation account is a financial terminology. So it's a kind of GL account and kind of general ledger accounts, which updates parallel to subledger accounts. Okay, if you are a financial guy, like you'll be understand about the reconciliation account. Okay, so if you're not a financial guy, don't worry about that. Don't try to understand that, but it's a mandatory entry. So it will help us to post in the GL accounts when you're doing the certain transactions. Okay, reconciliation account, it's a GL account which updates parallel to the subledger accounts. Okay, so what is a reconciliation account? If you're a real FI financial person, then definitely will understand that. Others, like it will be difficult to understand. It's a just try to understand it is general ledger accounts, which will be maintained by the FI team. So we don't have the FI team here. So I don't want to create my own GL account here. That is the reason I'm going to use the existing standard reconciliation account. I don't want to make it very complicated for SD module. So anyway, like in projects, in real-time projects, we'll be getting the reconciliation account from the financial persons. And we'll be providing to the user to use that one for the creating the customer master data. For practice purpose here, for your practice purpose, just enter 1,40,000 as your reconciliation account. 1,40,000 is your reconciliation account. Okay. So whenever we create the customer, use the 1,40,000 as a reconciliation account. Other fields are not very important for us. We don't care, so we are not we don't require to enter all these fields. These are FI related. So these are all not mandatory fields also. Only reconciliation account is very important because I'm posting the accounting documents. When you're saving the billing document, it has to be updated the GL accounts, right? So that is the reason I'm entering the reconciliation account. Otherwise, other fields are not required for me. Right? So we have entered the general data. We have entered the company code data. Okay, so now moving on to the sales related data. As I said, so all the sales related information will be maintained here. Sales data, shipping data, billing documents, and partner. So all this information need to be maintained here. Okay, so this sales area data we'll be discussing in next session. As of now, just practice till the company code data. Okay, so because we need to discuss many fields here, so it will take it will be heavy for you. So just practice the enterprise structure, whatever the assignment have given, and practice try to enter the data in general data and company code data. Sales data we'll discuss separately. So we need to discuss in each and every field here. Almost many fields are very important for SD module. So in sales tab, the same data shipping tab, billing tab, and partner functions. So, but for timing, what I'll do is I'll just enter the data, whatever the data which we need to enter in the customer master data, right? I enter it and I'll save it. I'll show you how the customer master number will be generated. Okay, but explanation and all, we'll discuss, we'll do the explanation part in the next session. Okay, if you see here, price group and price list, which are not mandatory as of now, so which will be used for the pricing purpose. Okay, grouping of the customer is the similar characteristics for the pricing purpose. How it works, that we'll be discussing. And customer pricing procedure by default to 1. So why it will be used? What is the importance of customer pricing procedure? That will be discussing further session. Okay, by default the value is 1. Just keep it like this. Don't enter anything. And the shipping tab, I'll enter the delivery priority. What is the priority you are going to give for this customer? is high priority. That means this customer will be having more priority in the delivery. So high priority, low priority, and medium priority. So whatever the priority you want to give, you can give it. Shipping conditions, which is very, very important, which will be used for shipping point determination. When you have many shipping points in your plant, okay, how the system will determine from which shipping point you want to make the delivery. So this is one of the parameter. As soon as possible. I'll discuss about this later again. Importance of shipping conditions. Delivering plant, from which plant you are going to make this delivery for this customer. T01 is the nearest plant for him. So that means whenever I want to make the delivery for him, I'll make it from TG01 only. So we'll discuss about the relevant for POD, proof of delivery, complete delivery required, partial delivery, okay, maximum partial deliveries, under delivery tolerance, and over delivery tolerance. That will be discussing in next session. So these three are very important for me to enter. So that is the reason I'm entering these three fields. And billing documents, I'm just getting to billing documents. So Incoterms, so terms and conditions for calculating the freight charges. For calculating the freight charges, so that is called as a Incoterms, terms and condition for calculating the freight charges, transportation charges. Okay, so here I'll select the Incoterms in standard, like we use normally CIF or CFR. Okay, CFR, it's a very important. Without Incoterms, you cannot make the delivery. Okay, cost and freight. So we'll be, I'm just entering this details. Terms of payment terms from the payment, like we immediate payment or 30 days payment or 60 days payment. Okay, so I'm using 0001 payable immediately. So that means the customer about to pay immediately. So credit control area. So we'll be discussing about the credit control area. What is credit control area later? And account assignment group, as of now, it is not required. It will be used for GL account postings. And tax classification, whether this customer is relevant for tax or not. Not all the customers are relevant for tax, right? So full tax, this customer is relevant for full tax. Okay, so whatever the value, or tax exempted or tax full tax, like we can enter whatever we feel like, right? So we have these two tax classifications. This customer is relevant for full tax. Now moving on to the partner functions. So he himself is a sold to party. He himself is a ship to party, bill to party, as well as payer also. Right? He is a sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, and payer also. Right? So I'm just entering the data, but explanation part we'll see it in next session. So I have entered all the details. Okay, so now everything is fine. Number, if you see here number, it is internal number. That means whenever I save the customer master, the customer number will be saved automatically. Right? I'm just saving this. So now customer is getting generated. It's compiling. Very first time it is getting compiled. So from next time onwards, it will be very fast. It's getting saved.
Sudhakar garu,
Chepandi.
depending on, let's say we have taken an example of Tata Motors. So Tata Motors, though we have a discussion and then we take the requirement, and then depending on the requirement, we'll create these customer masters.
So actually, company తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, so there will be many customers. There will be many customers. So
Right.
usually as a consultant, we'll never create the customers. We don't know the
Okay.
customer details, right? So, but at the same time, creating, like, let's say if you take Apple, so they'll be having thousands of customers across the globe, right?
Right.
So it's very, very difficult to create each and every customers manually, right?
Right.
We'll create one program. Usually we'll create one upload program, and we'll upload that Excel into SAP to create the customers automatically in background.
Okay.
Yep. Is that
So-
your question? Yeah.
రైట్, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇవన్నీ ఎంటర్ చేస్తున్నాం కదండి.
Yeah.
This basically is what we will be doing, right?
No.
When
So
we are
this is
on.
not our duty. So creation of the customer is not at all our duty. I'm just showing you for your information purpose, because master data and transaction data, we never, as a consultant, why do we create the orders? We never create, right? The same time, we'll not be creating the customers also. Customers will be
Okay.
created by the users.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. So why I'm creating here is like, it's a very mandatory for us. If you want to run the transaction, if you want to see the end-to-end flows, and if you want to customize or configure your scenarios in SAP, we need to have all these details
Correct.
for testing
Okay.
purpose, right?
Okay. So we need to know where which fields are mandatory and where it's
Exactly,
going wrong
exactly.
if we have to.
Exactly.
testing.
Exactly. Yeah. for testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will not be doing all these.
No. So just like, for next 3-4 sessions, like, we are just trying to understand the process, and we are trying to
Okay.
understand the application. So real customization will start, or configuration will start only after, like, 3-4 sessions.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now customer has got generated now. So if you see here, the customer number is 301810, right? If you want to change it, like, if you want to change the address details or any other details, you'll just go to XD02 transaction code, enter the customer number which is generated here, just get inside of this, and you can change the details. Go to general data, you can change the details, right? So this is how we can create the customer master data. But so we'll discuss about the, like, fields, what is the importance of each and every field in sales area data. We'll discuss it in next session, right? So this is about the customer master data. So like, we need to discuss about the material master data also. So material master data we'll discuss in next session. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. So I have time, still like 5-10 minutes.
Sudhakar, why SAP kept all these customizing accounting level? Because it is our, SD module related configs, right?
See, each customer, whenever he places the order, so because of him, you are getting the, like, revenue accounts need to be posted, right?
Right.
So it is the integration point between SD and FI. So accounting data must be maintained in customer master data level, because we need to post the accounting documents against the customer account, customer number.
Okay. So when it comes to configuration, you just showed the account group configurations and all, right? So, so whose responsibility it is, whether it is FI people responsibility?
SD, complete SD.
Complete SD, but still we have to use that node.
Exactly. Yeah. So customer master data account group configurations completely SD responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Any other questions, Andy? Like, any one of you? Any general questions also fine. Like, I'm able to answer.
And usually, Sudhakar, one more thing, this external number range, whenever we are handling the during the initial system setup time only, we are going to use that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So
when
we can change
we
it
are
whenever
uploading
you
the
feel
data,
like.
when we are uploading the data freshly into the SAP system, like the client is already following the existing number ranges.
Yeah.
So only, right?
Yes. Well, initial setup only will do all this setup. So we cannot change it whenever you feel like, right? So it will impact existing customers.
Right.
Yeah.
Apart from this setup and CRM systems, is there another system which is going to create inside, customers inside SD module?
CRM is a separate module, like, but customer master data will be created in SD module. So that's what I mean.
Okay.
Sudhakar garu, what is central data?
Central data, nothing but a company code data. So I'll tell you, like, so there is a very good question actually. So, but we'll discuss about that. Like, just make a note of this point. We'll discuss about that. What is centralized customer and what is decentralized customer?
Okay.
Just make a note of that point. Like, so we'll discuss about that. Centralized customer and decentralized customers. Like, we'll discuss about that point. Yeah.
Sudhakar garu, ikkada surplus data undi kada.
Suppress the fields and
surplus fee. Why do we need that?
So sometimes what will happen is, like, customer doesn't want to see all the fields. So there are, like, generic fields has been created by SAP, right? So they don't require all the fields to be displayed for specific customers.
Okay.
So So in this case, like, instead of showing it up in the screens, they wanted to hide it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that it will not be confusing.
Exactly.
They'll see what they need.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is the
Okay.
main
Got it. Thank you.
Fine. Fine then. Thank you so much. So we'll catch up next week. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Sudhakar garu.
Thank you, Andy. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.